English Vocabulary, Lesson 14. Topic: Connotations. Part 1.
Hello everyone. If I'm going to help you learn vocabulary, there's something I should explain, and that's the difference between denotation and connotation. If you want to learn what a word denotes, you can look here in a dictionary. You see, denotation is the literal meaning of a word. In a dictionary, you're not going to find connotations. A connotation is what a word suggests. It's what's connected or associated with the word, either emotionally or culturally. Let's take, for example, the word dove. A dictionary will tell you that a dove is a small white bird. But for many people, there's a connotation of peace, because doves are often chosen as symbols of peace. Connotations are very important to understand. You see, there are some words that share the same meaning but suggest different things. So knowing the connotations can help you choose the right words. Let me give you examples from my own life. There are two words that have caused me some problems because of their connotations. The first word is skinny. I've been called skinny before, and I admit that I don't like it very much. Skinny simply means very thin, but the word has a negative connotation. Skinny suggests unhealthy. Let me look in a thesaurus, and you'll see what I mean. Other words for skinny: bony, scrawny. All of these words are negative. Bony, all bones. So if someone calls me skinny, it makes me think that when they look at me, all they see are bones. That's not attractive. Scrawny has a connotation of weakness. You can call a man scrawny if he's so thin he has no muscles. He's weak. So skinny, bony, scrawny, these are very negative words. It would be better to choose the word thin to describe people. Thin has a neutral meaning. In my case, I would prefer to be called slender. Slender means very thin, and it has a positive connotation. Slender suggests thin in a very attractive and graceful way. The second example concerns the word guru. What is a guru? Dictionaries will give two basic definitions. One definition is a person who has a lot of knowledge in a field, an expert. Another definition is a spiritual leader, a spiritual guide, and I think it's this definition that is most common. So for over a year now, I have hesitated to call myself a guru here on YouTube because I think for many there's this connotation of influence and authority and power. I did not want to place myself in the same category of people who historically have had a strong influence over others because of their philosophy on life. I wish YouTube had another category called educators, but I've come to realize that there isn't much choice. So recently I've decided to change my channel type from standard to guru, and it's my hope that you'll accept me as a YouTube guru and know that in my heart I remain simply a teacher who doesn't have all the answers, but who has some knowledge and would like to share that knowledge with you. Let's try an exercise to check your understanding of some common connotations.
Exercise 1. Choose the word that best completes each statement. Example: choose old or elderly. You'll use each word once. Let's read together. It's not polite to call someone old. It's better to speak of him or her as an elderly person. Both words refer to a person who is no longer young, but elderly has a positive connotation, so it's more polite. Number 1. Choose hard or challenging. Read the statement to yourself, and then I'll tell you the answer. Answer. Owen may quit his job. He is bored at work and wants to find something more challenging. He thinks with his skills it won't be hard to find a new job. Both words mean difficult, but they have different connotations. Hard can suggest frustrating. Challenging can suggest interesting. 2. Choose inexpensive or cheap. Answer. I don't have much money, so I need to find an inexpensive watch, but I don't want it to break after only a month, and I don't want it to look cheap. Both words mean not costing much money, but cheap has a negative connotation. It can suggest poor quality. 3. Choose worried or concerned. Answer. I forgot to tell my roommate I'd be out all night. She left 3 messages on my cell phone. In the first, she simply sounded concerned, but by the 3rd message, she was definitely worried. I think she was ready to call the police and have them start a search for me. Both words refer to the same feeling, about being interested because you care, but worried is stronger. It suggests a higher level of anxiety, being nervous. 4. Choose wife or spouse. Answer. My wife Anna doesn't like to fill out tax forms, so I do it. Wherever it says spouse's signature, she just signs her name and trusts me to do the rest. Spouse can refer to husband or wife, but this word has a very formal feeling to it. Wife and husband are for everyday use. You wouldn't say, let me introduce my spouse. You would say, let me introduce my wife or my husband. 5. Choose shy or modest. Answer. When the athlete gave short answers to the reporter's questions, they thought he was being modest about his recent win. But the truth is that he hates cameras and is very shy about speaking in public. Both words have generally the same meaning, but shy is stronger. Shy can suggest feeling awkward or uncomfortable with other people or a situation. Modest simply suggests not showing too much pride. 6. Choose orchestra or band. Answer. Nick is a talented performer. He can sing and play music. He formed a band with a few friends. He's the guitarist and lead singer. He also plays the violin in the school orchestra. Both words refer to a group of musicians, but band suggests a smaller number. An orchestra usually suggests classical music. Exercise 2. Identify the false connotation. Example. Skinny means thin. It can suggest weak. It can suggest unhealthy. It doesn't suggest unfriendly, so the false connotation is C, unfriendly. Now you try. Number 1. Fat, not thin. The false connotation is C, unimportant. 2. Sir, a form of address for a man. The false connotation is handsome, A. 3. Pretty, attractive. The false connotation is B, intelligent. 4. Daddy, meaning father. The false connotation is formal. Daddy, in fact, is very informal. 5. Pupil, student. The false connotation is university. Pupil can refer to students in general in a school, but not normally older students. 6. Butt, the part of the body that you sit on. The false connotation is baby, child. Butt is an informal word and it can be rude. So if you're going to talk about this part of the body on a baby or child, it's better to use bottom or even bum, but not butt. End of part 1. Please go on to the next part of this lesson.